How now, brown cow? How? All right.
Hey, guys. All right, don't jump the gun at once. Tom,
Yeah.
I believe you were first.
Thank you. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to the Friendlyjordies podcast. Sorry about the delay. I know it's a few days late and we've been getting a lot of angry comments, but here it is now. So, hi. I'm Tom. We've got Jordan here.
Pleasure to be here. Notice that we are in an orderly fashion going around in a circle, very consultingly, unlike the Liberal Party, who we'll be discussing later. But first of all, because we are a team, a constructive team that works together, we're going to introduce our sound guy now because we're all egalitarian here. None of this Liberal Party nonsense.
So,
What's your name again?
Robbie.
Yeah, I knew what it was.
Hello,
Hey,
guys.
Robbie.
Nice to see you.
So yeah, we've got a massive week this week. This week's edition is called LIB Spill Chaos.
Chaos spelled all in caps locks, capitals in the old text, but, you know, no one remembers that, do they?
Yep, so we've all put pens and things in our hair to make ourselves look like Chaos Space Marines because we're all big Warhammer fans. Robbie, what army did you collect?
None of us are Chaos fans specifically, though. But the Liberal Party put us this way.
Yep.
Much like Space Marines, we were once fighting for good, but all of a sudden we have been corrupted. And by corrupted, I mean that Tom has a Deep Spring label on top of his head. It is insanity in the booth.
Chaos.
The booth of truth. As I have horns, and Robbie has absolutely nothing.
Just
His hateable,
terrible head of
disgusting hair. Flowing freely as it may, as usual. Each strand as thick as a worm and as lively.
Looks like a Space Marine's helmet, so he doesn't need to add anything to that.
Yeah. To answer your question, I did Tau.
Tau is your
Is the
army.
40k army. I did. Jordan,
Yeah.
who did you do?
Your little pods there. I did Eldar, and also what many will find surprising is when I collected fantasy because my mum was like, no, guns! And then I was like, can I get dwarves because they've got some guns? No! So I had to collect orcs.
Oh,
right.
that's right, yeah. Yeah, and I was Lizard Men, and then I bought some Space Wolves the other day, but I haven't opened them yet. And by the other day, I
seriously
mean 6
considering.
months ago.
And every single day has had buyer's remorse. Felt sad. Wanted to return them for the full refund.
Quite expensive, yeah.
Quite expensive. But then went on to much more pressing matters, which is that new game that everyone's playing with a truck where you shoot goals in soccer.
Rocket League. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting close to the top 100 in the world. So,
Are you actually?
well, I'm getting there.
You should be. You played enough.
Yeah, I love that game. Anyone else who plays, add me. Nuggy Hula is my tag.
Liam Abbott does. A delightful man that I met at the opening of Barangaroo, which was extremely underwhelming as it had Casey Donovan playing all of her not greatest hits. None of them are original songs. It's pretty much her voice at this point. Too many fags, yeah.
I can't believe she still gets jobs. She does like the RSL circuit. How is Barangaroo that low? I thought they'd get like at least Anthony Kalia. Like, come on.
It was really not a step up. She was outside with an ab, and then there was some guy there that I'm assuming is called Eduardo because he was very skinny, very Mexican, and very long, greasy hair. and she was singing, and then there was very smattered claps, despite there being probably close to 2,000 people there. About 15 of them were clapping at the end of each song. She was busking. She was busking at Barangaroo. She just had a slot. That was it.
Poor Casey.
So as Carl Sandilands was right. You know, everyone says that everyone puts people down from Australian Idol saying they don't get a career out of it. Yeah, you got Casey Donovan playing at Barangaroo at 3:15 in the Arvo. Finishes at 3:25. Nice tight 10.
All right, so the first segment we're doing is Hell in a Cell, which is we're going to arm wrestle each other and we're going to be doing it in wrestling fashion because we're all big wrestling fans. John Cena.
Not a great fan of wrestling either, but a huge fan of the John Cena theme.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about it. And I'd like to say this, get it all on the record, that all of us liked it before it was cool.
Yeah, we were listening to this a year ago at least. But now, it's got memed and everyone loves it.
Yeah.
And we're doing it now, but we're just claiming that we're in on it with very little proof.
Yeah.
to say
We've got nothing to back it up. Listen to
proof is
episode
in the
1.
pudding, but the pudding is really out of the way and we don't know where it is, but it exists.
So this segment is on the back of a message I received from a delightful fan on Facebook who started his communication by saying, "Oi bastard, where's the pod?" So we then conversed and he sort of gave me a segment idea, which was that he played in high school called Rumble in the Jungle, I think it was. Or
No, it was Let's Get Ready to Rumble.
Let's Get Ready to Rumble, yeah. And where he used to arm wrestle with his cohort to see who could beat the fat ginger kid. And we
Which
thought...
everyone had. At
Yeah,
our
we
high
had
schools,
one.
all of them had them.
Nathan,
And,
yeah.
and how much do these sound like the fat ginger kid who you're too scared to ever tell him that you don't like him enough, so you're always trying to curry favour with him? Mine, of course, was James Haynes. What was yours?
Well, I did not like... Yeah, Nathan Ridge.
yeah, I like mine a lot as well, now that I think about it. And I'm saying that because I'm still terrified of James Haynes.
Our one's into,
Years after high school.
Our one's into hunting and crossbows now, so we have every reason to be scared of
Yeah,
this guy.
pretty sure he killed a cat in our local suburb with a bow and arrow.
Oh my
Which
God.
we're putting out there now. But
All right,
He was
so...
a great guy, apparently, according to you guys.
Yeah,
What
he
the
is all right.
hell?
Well,
I
it's
just didn't
pretty
like the fact that mine could crack his neck really loud. That was another reason for me to hate him. Yours guys killed a pet.
wasn't ours.
All right, so who's going to wrestle first?
And so that guy's name was Andrew McLean. Okay, so and we've all got.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew.
Yeah, thanks for that idea.
Fuck off, Andrew. How much is that? How our audience interacts with one another now? I do not know how we got into this gutter sniping.
Yeah, everyone's so mean to each
The
other.
nicest thing that anyone has said to us in the past 6 months is "oi bastard" instead of "oi cunt."
Yeah.
So it's really one of the most polite men we've ever encountered in our entire online endeavours.
Yeah, you're all
Yeah.
right, Andrew. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna have each wrestler introduce themselves. So we're gonna have.
Oh, are we? Why don't we just do the arm wrestle and just...
Okay.
I really think Robbie's idea is better, but
All right,
Tom,
all right,
you're
all right.
the anchor.
No, go on.
Okay.
This was a collaborative exploration.
I just don't want to do an
Looks
intro,
like you've
but yeah.
taken charge.
Tight.
Dictator.
But we're gonna have this nice tight pod. Okay.
We've had a long time to prepare for
We
this
really
one.
have. So this is late. Let's do it. So Jordan, what's your name? What's your name?
Have you got the music cued?
Yes.
Dr. Fucci, baby. I dare you not to nod your head to this. Classic. Too classic for WSFM. Beyond gold is platinum.
Yes, it's so good.
Whoever sang it deserves an award. Just keep giving him every single award at the Grammys until the Grammys finishes the sham award ceremony that it is. You may as well give it to that guy. It doesn't matter.
Who is it? What's his
Robert
name?
Palmer.
Oh, that's really familiar sounding.
Yeah. It's not Robert. I thought Robert Plant, but no. Robert.
Right, yeah.
Sounds like the alternative name to the city Miami. You could very much imagine it being called Robert Palmer.
The city of Robert Palmer.
The city that sometimes sleeps and there's a lot of gang warfare.
Yeah, doctor. All right, my turn. I am a old staple favorite of WWE, which is The Big Show. It's so bad.
Lumbering down there. Big old Tommy
Waddling.
boy.
Both of his feet harnessed, glued, if you will, to body scales, checking with each step. Have I gone under the body mass index? Am I under 82 kilos? Damn it, I'm 82 and a half.
Where's the custard? Where's the custard? Well,
That's what he is. He's fighting for custard.
it's the prize.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I get if
It's
I
the
win.
prize, Tommy boy. Yeah.
All right, and Robbie, what are you? What's your name?
I won the prize, baby.
And I
God,
am.
I'd love to be your manager. You're making millions, and all you care about is just give me the custard.
I don't care. Kilos of custard.
And my name is the Crumpet Lad.
Yep, and Robbie, would you like to put on your amazing Middle Eastern accent for everybody out there so that they can determine that it is indeed the Crumpet Lad that is playing?
The Crumpet Lad.
There it is. There
that
it is. It's
Scottish?
exciting.
Yeah, stop playing that
Maybe.
because that'll probably flag something, I reckon, playing Nasheed for too long.
Flag something. What do you mean by that?
I don't
You know well what we mean, but anyway, we'll continue that going into the security depths of this. It'll be great.
Yeah.
You just get on to the nice good old-fashioned high school rumble in the jungle of playing arm wrestles.
All right. So, Robbie...
Solid fun here, folks.
So I'll arm wrestle Robbie first?
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Real quick.
Really haven't thought about the logistics.
Yeah, the
of this,
logistics, how we do this. All right. Thanks, FBI,
yeah.
by the way, for the studio.
Thank you so
That's
much,
great.
FBI.
We're using your posters to arm wrestle on, and we've got a lot of liquids there just in case to make the situation even more dangerous. We're putting out
All right, Jordan, you're the referee.
additional...
Should I get some music going for
No,
this?
yeah, all right. Just real quick, though.
All right, here we
And the douche begins between Crumpet Lad and the Big Show, as they are both putting on a terrific fight. Both lads don't seem to be giving an inch. They're actually legitimately trying at the moment. It's kind of sad looking at their faces. They're sweating. They haven't been doing it for 15 seconds. You people are pathetic. You are both losers. How can you both be equally weak as one another? Oh no! The home favourite has lost! No custard for the Big Show! It ain't over till
Playing
the
this
fat
shade,
lady
Robbie.
sings, but we don't have one. We've just got a sad fat man and
Yeah.
one victorious ISIS possible terror suspect that should be flagged. Malcolm Turnbull, if you're listening, just give us a bit of a spare time on the jail if you could just knock that down a bit.
Oh, man.
I'll-
Your
I'll-
Mego
I'll-
ring arms, Robbie. How the hell did that beat me? All right.
I'll do it as a little endorsement, Robbie. In
What?
your little Nasheed voice, say Migarang Breakfast of Champions.
Measuring breakfast of champions.
That's how you get arms like that.
Yeah, Nutella and meagre.
All right, so now we're going to go on to serious matters. The lip spill.
Okay.
We'll be coming back to Hell in a Cell later on.
Many times.
That's good. Yeah,
Got a lot of... It's a lot like the Cell Saga. You start off versing TN and that little porcelain doll that was floating in the air that somehow was good for a while. Oh, come on. Soft toys that could beat that up. Then you progress on to your cells when we figure out who the cells are. But at the moment, Cell can take different forms. We don't know who the most powerful is. But this is not the right place to be discussing Dragon Ball Z or arm wrestling. We're talking about really serious
we're
national
talking
affairs.
politics. All right, so... yeah. For those of you who do not know, we have a new Prime Minister in the midst.
Breaking news.
Yeah, we're quite late on
3
this.
days later, not live to air at all.
Yeah.
Laurie Oakes isn't here. We've got this bottle representing Laurie Oakes.
But yeah, I hate nothing more than hearing like people talking about politics in like a public space when you know everything they're going to say. So I reckon we should just say all the stuff that's like incredibly obvious first, and then if we can think of anything that's like at all insightful, then say that.
Great. Well, let's start off with the icebreaker that everybody says to see if somebody's going to go into a tirade or if they're going to have a nice, gentle conversation about local political affairs.
Yeah.
When they say, well, you know, they say that like a day in politics is a lifetime, right? Looks like it is. Seriously, it's a bit of a shame that Tony Abbott lost his pension.
Yeah, how crazy is that? So, yeah, for those who don't know, if Tony Abbott stayed in for another 5 days...
3 days.
3 days. He
Just
would have...
3 days until retirement.
Yeah, how much more money would have he got in his pension?
300,000 at the moment. Great. Huge amount of money. He's earned it. That's fine. Take the money and run. But it is a lot like watching Deal or No Deal, and the choice is between $20 and $20,000 because... Even though mathematically you can't really compare that at all, but still, the pain of this, knowing that if you just stayed in for 3 more days, your pension for life would have increased from 300,000 to 600 bananas. And I'm not talking dollars, I'm talking $100,000. So I should have just said $600,000.
Yeah, if we can make it more confusing.
Do you reckon that
Are we all
was...
on the same page?
Do you
Good.
reckon that was part of their plan? Do you reckon that was sort of...
Yeah, well, it's pretty mean. Everyone's like, yeah, definitely, but I really don't think it was thought about too much there. Like, I don't think that's
Pretty coincidental, isn't it?
So this is my theory as to why it all went down.
If I may just interject with one more trite thing that everybody's saying at the moment. Of course it is. Malcolm's only in it for himself. That's the only reason why. He just thought about it so he could just feather his own nest, you know? How does that work? I don't know, but he's selfish. The point is he's selfish.
Yeah, we don't like him. So what do you reckon... Do you think it's... All right, yeah, I reckon the other really obvious point, which I think is... everyone's talking about, which isn't really worth mentioning, but it is annoying, is that everyone on the left is so happy about this, about Malcolm Turnbull getting in over Tony Abbott. Like, is Tony Abbott such a bad guy, blah, blah, blah. But, like...
any muscly guy you know with dreadlocks and has had sex at least with 30 different women in 30 different days of the month. Talking about you, Jacob, we know you listen. Just this hippie guy we know that gets a ridiculous amount of pussy. All of those guys love Malcolm Turnbull for some reason.
Yeah, well, they just hate Tony Abbott. They're the people that wear the "Fuck You, Tony Abbott" t-shirts, or the "Fuck Tony Abbott" t-shirts. And they're just, like, so over the moon that Malcolm Turnbull's in. But it's such, like, one of those things of, like, celebritizing a politician and thinking, like, oh, great, now this guy's in. Like, this is awesome news. But they're all, like, Greens and they're all, like, Labour people. Like, why? Like, as if they're not seeing the obvious point that this is just going to boost the Liberal numbers and make it way harder for the Labour Party to get in 10 months. It's, like, 10 months.
Exactly.
And the other main point is the budget's already happened. So, like, in terms of, like, policy change, apparently not much can happen anyway. So, like, why not just let Tony Abbott just stay in for a bit longer?
Just sink at the end, yeah.
Cue the guy from the western suburbs that coaches his son's soccer team, has muscly arms but quite a stout structure apart from that, saying, yeah, well, you know, it just makes Labor have to fight for it more, you know? They need to go further. That's great for democracy. It makes everything better. Yeah. No, it doesn't. It just means Malcolm Turnbull's going to win now.
Yeah, it doesn't at all.
I do not want to hear your political analysis. If you have 3 ducks next to a clock in your house, you suck.
You can't say a thing.
Just shut up and listen to Laurie Oakes.
Yeah, so what do you think of my... All right, this is the theory that I have, which it's probably actually a really widespread theory, so let's see if it's a thing. But this is what I reckon is the Canning by-election is very soon, right? And the kind of the gossip going around was that Tony Abbott was going to throw Joe Hockey under the bus because everyone's really mad at the Liberal Party on, like, an economic front. So it was like, get rid of Joe Hockey and then bring in someone else to say, like, we've got new economic leadership.
Well, that's really bad for Joe Hockey. The only upside of that is that he can now make a second biography called Joe Hockey, Between a Rock and a Hard Place.
Yeah, so, like, to stop this potential thing that could happen to keep Tony Abbott in, Malcolm Turnbull saw this and was like, no, we need to, like, jump on this quickly before the Canning by-election because that's what could happen. So then we can, like, put the economic, you know, like, just put it on Tony and then I can just, like, sweep in. Like, was that a risk, do you think? If Tony Abbott was to get rid of Joe Hockey, would that just be another thing he could just do to, like, be like, hey, look, I'm changing? Or do you reckon that's just all, like, political gossip?
Don't you think there's a certain point where positioning and manoeuvring doesn't work at all and your hand is in the feet of the gods?
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like... Okay, for starters, them changing to Malcolm Turnbull, which pretty much everyone except for that little punk who's our age called Wyatt Roy.
Yeah.
God, don't you really feel like... Because you always see him with some cattle whip or something like that, walking around in the farm, because that's my district. Yeah. That kind of thing. Do it. I thought you had the whip sound effect ready. Yeah. There it is.
Nice.
Wyatt, always on cue.
Yeah.
Sometimes he misses it. That's fine. He's young. He'll learn.
Country. Anyway, carry on. Yeah.
No one really wants Malcolm Turnbull in. They all hate him. They were able to they were able to swallow their pride for that because there's a certain point where you think, well, it's either that or not have a job. I'd much rather have a boss that I sit around and bitch about than going back to... I'm imagining, because it's the Liberal Party, everybody there would go back to real estate. That'd be their second job. Either that, or if they're with the Nationals, it'd probably be that guy that wanks off cows. the exact farm animal, but
Don't know
you know,
really.
we all get it.
Yeah. So, what do you reckon about the thing of people saying like, it's just a figurehead, like it's just a new person in, and it doesn't really change anything. So, we should just be. Nothing's changed. Like, if anything, it's just a nicer face. Is that a true statement?
It works, though. I was watching Question Time. As soon as Malcolm Turnbull was in, every single thing that Tony Abbott ever said in Question Time was hilarious. It was filled with... It was probably 100 words in 3 minutes. It was... It never had... It always was filled with several gaffes and misinformation pieces. Then Malcolm Turnbull stands up. He's not trying to fight anymore like Tony Abbott is. He's trying to educate everyone because he knows all. He's very articulate. Don't you think he sees himself as the guy in the... I can't remember the show, but it's that thing where he gets a girl off the streets and wages with another gentleman that he can make her sound great for this debutante ball, and so he's making her yell into things going, Happy Harold went to the firehouse.
Is that Splash? Is that Tom Hanks with the mermaid?
I wouldn't put it past Tom Hanks to destroy a British classic like that, because it is an old book.
Could it be like The Taming of the Shrew, like appropriated from that Shakespeare?
Yeah, well, I suppose we can all have a guess at that, or we could continue talking about LIB to spill.
Yeah, who knows? All right, if you... Go on.
Yeah, so as soon as he comes up, I have never... Obviously, everyone knows listening to this, I have never supported a single thing the Liberal Party has done in my entire life. Most of all, direct action. That is the key policy that turned me into the fun-loving comic that I am on radio to the dark, sinister one that tells the truth in videos. That was the reason that made me switch and think, no, these guys, I've got to tell as many people, I don't care how long it takes, I'll shout it from the rooftops, the Liberal Party must go! They must go! Yeah, my voice will be heard!
Jordan's horns have fallen off.
How great is that? I went from the demon that is represented by the fact that we had a Liberal spill to as soon as I decried the Liberals, my horns fell out and I'm once again a man.
Yeah, pure.
I did the reverse deal with the devil just by doing that. Imagine how pure my soul will be when I go to heaven and God says, Jesus, you made all those videos? I love those videos. I'm a fan of Friendlyjordies. Get on in.
Yeah, we'll see.
Jesus is a Liberal voter, though, and he's very passive-aggressive.
Yeah. I guess you can come in, yeah.
Is it really heaven then?
All right, so we're going to be doing our own spill in the pod this evening. So we have put our names into a hat, and we will let Lady Luck decide. So, Robbie, do you want... All right, and the game is you're getting kicked out of Parliament if your name is drawn, which is not quite what's happened, but that's just what our game is, so shut up.
Okay.
And if your name is drawn, you are then excluded from the next segment, which, Robbie, you really want the next segment to happen because the next segment is pretty much your segment.
It's the one I haven't told them about, and it's the one that's going to take over from Ready, Steady, Guess, which is the last week's Trailblazer, which we're going to perhaps give a rest this week.
But, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
He was taking the pod in strange new ways. You've got to give him that.
Yeah. You're breaking up the pod, man. Come on.
Not true. So, do you want to...
Pod artiste.
All right.
Wait.
Whoa.
Put it back in.
Okay.
You said that we would have really tension-filled music.
2, 1.
All right, here we go. I'm going to draw the name.
God, why... Do you know anything about Sizzle at all, Tom? I had to slap your hand away twice.
What do you mean?
Building some tension up here,
gotta
mate.
build-
It's a snappy pod, all right?
No, he's got a point. Get in there! I can't hold the suspense anymore. It's killing me. Who's got to get out? Okay, so who's out of the party?
Alright.
We need to know. This is people's lives just toying with Tom.
Yeah, the person who is excluded from Robbie's next segment is Robbie. It actually happened.
Yes!
Yes!
A sad day for Robbie! A great day for the nation!
Yes.
You are the Tony Abbott of this pod!
And we
How
did
does
write
it
the
feel,
names down,
sucker?
And
Look at it, Robbie! Look at the penis!
he pulled his dick out again.
Stop that.
Every time something unfortunate happens to Robbie, he will be flashed. He will be flashed.
It's such a weird
That is my
flash.
promise to you, the listener of the pod.
People
That is my
always flash
commitment.
their ass. They never flash their
I
dick.
know.
Warren Kappa does.
All right, Robbie. So I'm
What?
really sorry, man, but you can't
Like,
do your
okay,
segment.
this is
All right, but
this is not staged as well. Can we say like we actually?
yeah, Jordan and Tom are on the other 2 bits of paper. So sorry, man. But you get to do your
Take a photo of
concession
that for
speech.
Instagram to make sure that we're not cheating.
Okay.
Let's do it
right
after.
now.
Let's do it after.
No.
I'll just take it now.
All right, we're just going to sit here and do this.
What's snappier than snapping a picture?
Yeah, and waiting
This is
for
a
Robbie to
snappy
upload
pod.
it.
Okay. Yeah. So, well, that sucks because
So
I
you get a
actually.
concession speech,
No,
Robbie.
and now you have to put on the music.
What, again?
beforehand. No,
Yeah.
the sad music.
Oh.
So you're saying goodbye because you've been kicked out of the pod for the next segment.
Okay. Sorry.
Go on. It was supposed to be the music for Larry David, but
Oh yeah.
Oh, right.
That's right.
That is good sad music, though, Robbie.
it was really good sad music for my mood. So I
Okay.
suppose it worked.
Go on, Robbie, quit.
So, this is
AM radio technique. To just have a pause of conversation after 20 minutes of lively banter and exchange to just stop with 10 seconds of music, then a breath of air, and then
Yeah, I thought you were going to
greyhound
talk.
races are becoming quite a hot topic at the moment.
I thought you were going to talk over that, but you just.
Oh no, because I thought we did. Look, we decided beforehand, right? We were gonna.
Are you doing your concession speech or not?
I'll do it. Look, here we go. Look,
Back to square one.
This is shambles, Robbie.
this is not shambles.
Chaos!
Listen up.
Lip spill chaos!
Listen up. I'm doing. Is he getting his dick out again? Look. The reason I did that, okay? Look, my hands.
Yeah, the okay symbols are up.
So, curb, we're going to do curb. After the little bounce there, I was going to jump straight back into the sad piano.
All right,
So we're
go
going to have
on,
a little
go.
bit of both there, okay? We're going to improv this.
Fine.
Okay, so this sucks to be going out of here because I actually did have a very spicy segment that I was going to unveil for you guys. I think
Yeah,
it would have
shame.
provided a lot of banter, a lot of back and forth, but you know the audience loses out here.
It's a real shame.
It is. So
They are the real loser in this. There's no winner in any spill.
No,
There's
there
just a
isn't.
sad, broken nation.
yeah. So
A nation in pieces.
sorry to disappoint you guys, but
It's one of the most poetic things I've ever heard Tom say. Can you please repeat that while this sad music is going?
A nation in pieces.
It really sums up the mood of LIB Spill 2015.
Hi guys, this is Robbie. Just wanted to let you know that Ready Steady Guess will have its finale in the next episode, so continue to guess in the comments section. Some of you are getting pretty close to what I'm thinking, and after that finale, I will unveil a brand new segment. Hi guys, that I'm excited to share with you guys. Okay, back to the regular programming.
What a poet.
All right, sorry, Robbie. All right, we're going to move on to Ready, Steady, Weep, which is very confusing, this segment.
I thought you were cheersing me.
Yeah, cheers, Robbie.
He was just putting his drink up on the table there.
Okay, so Matt Tarrant is a wizard, a celebrity illusionist, who is a
Illusionist.
wizard.
100% magic.
Who,
Where did... I've seen that man put a nail in a bag and Paul McDermott puts his hand down on each of those bags.
Yeah, I saw that
and
too.
he comes out not crucified. He is a wizard.
a messiah.
A dark wizard at that, saving Paul McDermott's hand, who I'm a great fan of as well, actually. So, if by any measures, he's a white wizard. The only reason is we know Tom better. Tom is also a self-proclaimed wizard,
Not self-proclaimed, but sure.
peer-proclaimed wizard.
So Matt Tarrant has, for weeks now, been requesting Robbie to fall
Should we do it now?
to despair.
Yeah,
So
okay.
this is so Robbie's the Golden Dragon, as we all know, and this segment, Robbie is going to be trying to tell us. He's going to tell us the saddest story of his life, and we're going to try and get him to cry. And we also have an onion here that we're going to cut up under his eyes and try and see if we can get him to weep.
Yes, because we learned from SpongeBob SquarePants that Squidward was able to cry more when he had onions under his eyes, which landed several hilarious sight gag jokes that I still find genuinely funny today. That's right, I still watch Sabo.
Okay.
So, this segment actually gets a bit more complicated. So what we're going to do here is... Yep, hit the music. So pay attention. Robbie is the golden dragon. Matt Tarrant's a wizard.
We were talking about this while discussing this part of this point. This was originally to discuss politics, even when there is a huge national shake-up as in a prime minister getting taken down. That's the only time we will ever mention politics on this podcast anymore. It has devolved into what is essentially Dungeons and Dragons. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons and you are listening to it. And we don't even have dice.
Yeah.
We don't even have dice. We've just got three guys imagining shit.
Yeah.
So Tom is wearing a Deep Spring label on his head, imagining that he is a chaos warrior. This is so nerdy.
We have really, really gone down a steep slope, haven't we?
Anyway, carry on.
Okay, so Robbie, the golden dragon, is going to be crying. We're going to collect one of his tears, and then we're going to put it in a little vessel, and we will be then... Me and Matt Tarrant, who are in cahoots as wizards, will be selling this on eBay for the highest bidder that we can get. So, please, buy it on eBay. This will seriously be going on eBay. You can buy Robbie's tears. The other option is...
On the proviso.
Huh?
Sorry, it's just a more clean, accurate way of saying the other option.
That there are two fans of the pod, Ben Zeri and Liam Abbott, who we have... both met recently.
IRL.
Yeah, in real life. And they are going to get given the opportunity, if they can get to me or Robbie or Jordan throughout the week in real life, by finding where we are, they get to have the tears. So they're kind of like a Hobbit kind of scenario.
And we're also going to say
we can't help you on this noble quest.
Yeah.
The only thing that we can give you, because we're the Council of Elders... And Robbie is also the golden dragon. Just, look, keep up. Keep up.
Yeah.
If you have to rewind
it, yeah.
We're not going to talk about this again. Too much to cover. But you have two missions. Should you choose to accept them, both Ben Zeri and Liam Abbott, you must personally inbox the Friendlyjordies Facebook page for this to work. Then... you have to find where Tom works, which is somewhere in Sydney. So if you do live there, which we both know that you do, you have to come and meet him, get the tier off Robbie. If that doesn't happen, the tier then goes on to eBay, and we're assuming, because Matt Tarrant is one of our biggest Patreon subscribers, that he has a lot of money, that the Dark Wizard gets what the Dark Wizard wants. And if he gets a golden dragon's tears, then
all
goodbye
doomed.
humanity. You know, the dawn of man will never be. Enter the age of the orc.
Which Jordan will thrive.
That'll be great for me. Go, Tarrant!
All right, so Robbie, let's hear this story. I'm going to just come over and rub this
Can I also
onion
just
under your
mention
eyes.
that Abe, is an honorary character of this whole...
Who
true.
plays
Abe
no
Parsons,
part at all.
You're Pippin, eh?
Yeah.
You are Pippin.
All right.
Okay.
So if you want, you can also send us a recording of you. If you have a recorder at home, Abe Parsons, please send us a recording of you playing a recorder, and we'll put it on the Friendlyjordies Patreon account that only Patreon subscribers could listen to.
So sign up to Patreon.
To listen to some guy in Tasmania who we assume is 18 playing a recorder.
Good God.
10 seconds max. Don't bore them, Abe.
So, okay, what they're doing now is, okay, they're putting onion on my face now. Should I play the Lord of the Rings music?
Just tell your story. Yeah, play the... No, just tell your story, I reckon.
Okay. All right, I'll hold this onion underneath my face. Yeah.
We're gonna capture your tears.
So, when I was in about year 8, I think it was, I went on camp, right? We were walking...
Got to be a lot closer to your face than that, Robbie.
Okay. We were walking...
Open your eyes.
Yeah, why would you have your eyes closed? What are you doing?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think these need to be rubbed a bit more.
All right, just tell the story.
Tell the story.
Oh, God. Just tell the story, please.
We were going on a big hike, right? We're on camp. We were camping, okay? We set up camp in the top of this hill. It was very windy. There were possums about.
Did anyone have cancer? Was there some kind of diabetic kid that was losing his medicine?
Everyone was healthy.
That's very sad for this situation, but great in the situation. That's fantastic.
Okay? God, this is actually pretty hard. We found some possums, right? After we cooked dinner. You
didn't eat them, did you?
The boys, for some reason...
No, you didn't.
Oh
you
my God.
monster.
No, wait.
You carnivore.
This is ridiculous. The boys were very keen to kill them for some reason because they're a pest in New Zealand, right? So they asked our camp leader if they could kill them with sticks.
Oh, I'm so glad that your eyes are burning from the acid kind of seeping out of those onions at the moment. And you are a horrible person.
The camp leader...
Golden dragon.
The camp
golden monster.
The camp leader said we
14 carat golden fucker.
Good God.
All right.
Yeah,
there is a tear. Oh, no. Yeah, there is. There's a tear.
We've got it!
We've got a tear.
Oh. Okay.
We never even needed to listen to the end of the story.
No,
that was tragic enough. The implications to it.
Let me just finish it. Okay.
Fine.
So they got around that. The camp leader said they could kill the possum if they did it quick enough. Everybody gathered around in a circle, Lord of the Flies style, trapped this possum and started bashing it to death with these sticks. These horrific thwacks on this little possum, while we could hear its babies sort of running around the circle as well, which they were planning on getting later. You could hear its back breaking. It was in complete horror. There were torches flashing everywhere, and the point of this story that's so horrific. Well, and I was the only one that didn't do it as well. So like I started crying. I was completely it was completely Lord of the Flies type scenario, I didn't know what to do. Nobody was at all on my side.
Did you run to the teacher?
I did. I went over to the camp leader. I said, "What the fuck's going on?" Weeping like a bitch. And,
what a simile. Weeping like a bitch.
But also, like, I think they were killing the possum like a bitch. It's just different levels of bitchiness. And yeah, so I sort of just tolerated that for a while. And then the next morning, one of my good friends was attacked by the possum inside the tent. So like it jumped on Matt's right. face, yeah, and he screamed again like a coward. And
nice
yeah,
self-editing there, Robbie. That was really good that you cleaned that up really quick.
So yeah,
as soon as you said that, my inner 40-year-old woman went, "Oh, it's a bit rough."
Yeah, what?
And he said, "Crying like a bitch."
Oh, right.
Unfounded.
Yeah.
Tune in next week as we discuss on Taboo Tightrope. Has the attack of calling someone a chauvinist gone too far? It is all of our opinion, who are all men, yes.
Yeah, it's not my opinion. Oh, we'll talk about it next week.
Talk about it next week.
All right.
Anyway, so yeah, I cried there. That was basically my story where I cried. And it was pretty horrific.
That is quite horrific.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Very horrific. Yeah, I'd say.
Because they're a pest in New Zealand, which is
They are
crazy.
a pest, but like you don't usually witness them being clubbed to death, right? You don't witness many things being clubbed to death. And at that age.
What a song though, right? Matrix soundtrack, clubbed to death.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Okay, a little trivia there for you.
All right, so now we're going on
What do you reckon? That was proper Lord of the Flies.
Just like...
What, are you shocked by that story?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is shocking. Yeah.
Really
It should freak you out. You would hate that. Yeah. It's worse than, like, seeing a person die, I reckon, in a way. I don't know about that, Tom, but...
Yeah, you could just hear it.
No, I don't know. When we saw a person die, we were laughing. We saw a person die 2 weeks ago.
Well, like, we didn't see them die. The story gets more and more, like, elaborate. Yeah, we saw somebody get killed. All right.
There's a knife in the studio. I cut my leg off just so I can have a peg leg and relate it to that story.
Yeah.
That's how massive this story gets.
2 weeks later, yeah.
So we're all in this lie together, guys. Don't fuck this up for us. I lost a leg over that.
All right, now it's time for
Hell in a Cell. John Cena.
Back, baby.
He's not in the cell. We are just using his music without his copyright permission.
All right, now the reigning champ at the moment is Robbie the... What are you, Robbie?
Crumpet Lad. Crumpet Lad.
All right, hit that off before the flagging.
Scary foe.
All right, and taking on Jordan.
Yep.
AKA Dr. Footsie.
That song will always make me laugh. You can't help it.
And the greatest thing is, it would have been a great triumphant song at the point of it being released. However, it's probably 30 years since then, so it is a fantastic song for the villain to play while he's going down the podium into the ring. You would hear thousands of nerds and hillbillies going to that song.
Okay,
All right.
so are we doing this? All right.
Yeah, so you're going to arm wrestle.
Okay, let's get some. Should we do that again? No.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Jordan, you ready for this?
Bring it on, Professor Crumpet Breath. You gonna cry over this after I kill you?
Yeah, you're my bitch. You're that little possum. You hangs that possum.
Oh,
baby.
wow, look at this.
Get
Robbie.
ready.
Oh, wow.
Get ready, you little
How is it so even?
disgusting possum.
Little possum.
You absolute foul.
Wow, Robbie, you're doing well. Robbie's very close to winning.
He's cheating.
He is cheating.
Robbie is cheating.
Like any good wrestler
Like
would.
I am.
Yeah.
Dr. Foot
The foot comes in.
Surprise burn as he stomps Robbie's hand.
Jordan's picked his foot up off the ground and is stamping on Robbie's hand.
And I've also drawn a delightful cartoon character on my foot to kiss the hand.
Okay.
All right, Robbie, as your
Your
defeat.
hand is now a fish, and my foot's Rex Hunt.
Well done. Congratulations.
All right, next segment.
Very confusing for everyone there. I honestly don't know what happened in the last 2 minutes. All I know is that my foot kissed Robbie's hand.
I know. Yeah.
This is probably one of the worst segments to just continue throughout.
Yeah, I know.
Stay with us.
All right, now we're going on.
Sorry this was really late.
Taboo tightrope, which is one of a crowd favorite. What?
Are we doing this?
Yeah, we are. No, you're not in the thing you think it is. All right, so we're doing Taboo Tightrope, and which is where we do this every couple of weeks, where we'll get a topic which is very controversial on the cutting edge of political correctness, and we will discuss it like we should be able to. And once someone says something which is not all right to say, that will be beeped out, and that person has lost the game of Taboo Tightrope.
So it's essentially just recording a conversation that you have in a bar in pretty much anywhere past Newtown in Sydney. That's the aim of this, really. The only difference is we have a bleep button, and everybody in pubs just has a bottle to smash over someone's head. So we've got a little safe buffer of that. It's like Gladiator in ancient Rome as opposed to Gladiator on Channel 7 with the guy who now does the 2 p.m. celebrity report on Channel 7.
Oh, God.
That's
Poor guy.
surprisingly a step down from being the Gladiator host. How could you go further lower? He found a way. Good on him.
But yeah, I'm not sure if this one actually is that taboo, but it definitely is taboo to Jordan because it's a topic very close to him. Do you want to explain it, Jordan? Probably be best if you did it.
All right. We've been discussing this off air for months now in many car rides where I've been saying, no, I want to say it. We're all a family now, especially seeing as we're Patreon subscribers, and if you aren't, you know where to go.
And you're not in the family.
However,
Go on.
yeah, but not really.
Yeah.
Like, you're invited to distant relative events, but no turkey for you at Christmas.
Something got smooth FM,
Yeah.
So we have always been arguing back and forth, should we discuss this? Because it would really damage my image as somebody who's supposed to be delivering facts to a whole generation about political events. I'm supposed to have a very straight, narrow mind. I should have Tom's mind, but the truth of the matter is I really don't. My theory is, purely because Tony Robbins told me it's true and I've listened to his tapes so many times, that I have freely admitted many times I am brainwashed by Tony Robbins. He is my Kim Jong-un.
Coming to Sydney soon, by the way, so get tickets.
$10,000.
They're not actually that much, but they are still very expensive.
Oh, okay.
It's close to like $4,000 for a ticket.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Crazy good value. You should definitely check it out if you have the money. Matt Tarrant, I'm looking at you.
So Jordan's theory is, you explain it, I'll be too mean about it. This is the biggest thing that's probably made us, we've had more arguments on this topic than anything else, I think.
So my theory is that if you set goals, something magical happens in the universe that not only do you achieve your goal, you're much more likely on a practical level because your brain has something in it called the RAS, which is the reticular activation system. So the classic example they always give in self-help is, do you ever notice that when your parents get a blue sedan and you never see any sedans anywhere, and all of a sudden you're seeing all these blue sedans? What is that? 3 words: reticular activation system.
It's like when you get your P plates and you see P platers
Everywhere. What's up with that? We've already explained it twice. We're going on to the next point.
Yeah, what it is the reticular activation system.
It's like when you...
Yeah, I wish you did it, yeah. All right,
So, I believe that not only for that reason, when you start writing down your goals as opposed to just saying that, oh yeah, in 10 years' time I'd like to be the head of IBM, if you write that down every single day, you have a far better chance of doing it because you're activating parts of your brain to focus on that. And your brain focuses, scientifically speaking, 12 to 15 parts of it are focusing. It has about 12 to 15 things that it continually thinks about. And then there's about 60,000 thoughts in a day.
That's such a weird number.
I don't know what that number means.
That's such a bizarre number. 12 to 15
Okay, on
parts.
a loop.
You have 1,000 dreams
On a
a
loop.
night.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
So sorry.
I just flew out a lot of like ridiculous numbers at my very well-researched numbers, making it sound ridiculous. Bravo.
But yeah, so it sounds like a really cool... Like, I think this does work in a lot of ways. For instance, if you think that you're, need to get a certain job, if you every day think about that, you're going to be doing more than 99% of everyone else because most people aren't thinking every day, I have to do this. So your chances are better to get that job because of those dealings. So I reckon it's true as far as that goes. Right.
However, I believe that it goes one step further in that it enters the magical realm of the unseen, which I'm sure that Matt Tarrant would agree with me. Very surprised that Tom the White Wizard doesn't. That if you believe, and Tony Robbins is a great example of this because he was saying in his seminars, obviously write down goals. One of the women came up to him and said, I want $100,000 within 3 months. And he was going, well, I don't know. I didn't say that she can't do it, but she didn't have a plan. She was making nowhere near that amount of income. And then she said, and so I asked her, how do you hope to achieve this? And she says, well, I'm just going to get a ticket and I'm going to win the lottery. And I say, okay, good for you, honey. And she leaves. I don't say anything negative. She comes back 3 months later. She won $100,000 in the lottery. She says, I thought too small. I'm going to win $1 million in the lottery. She comes back 3 months later. Guess what she won? $1 million. A couple comes from Nebraska, and then they say, this girl's thinking too small. I'm going to win $10 million. And they won $10 million in the lottery. I'm not saying that you should get the lottery. I think it's stupid, but I'm saying that maybe there's something out there that works with goal setting to change the universe to favor you.
A goal-setting Tony Robbins god, if you will.
I don't know how that
I believe that in a deep way, in a very deep way. I really do believe that. Look, call me crazy if you must, but I honestly believe that Tony Abbott became Prime Minister of Australia
because he believed it hard enough.
No, it's more crazy than that. I believe he became Prime Minister, so...
All right, well, I think we have to beep it out.
I have a right to speak. It's my views.
It's not even worth...
What is this called? The Friendlyjordies podcast? Who is Friendlyjordies, damn it?
Good lord.
Yeah, I think we have to beep out the
Okay,
last part. It's too insane. It's too insane. It is.
Oh my god, I think...
That could ruin this whole venture.
Oh my...
I am a raving lunatic.
Holy shit.
I am insane.
Guys.
What?
Yahaya's here.
Oh, no way. It's all part of the plan, man.
The universe.
Robbins is right.
That is incredible. Yaya, for new listeners, is a woman that Robbie chatted up at 6 a.m. in FBI studios, walked out, used his classic pickup line, which is, hey, do you want to pick up a coffee? That's his only line. That's his only move. She said yes. As a result, we dubbed him the Golden Dragon. That's the history of that.
They had a date, didn't work out. And Robbie did the most annoying thing, which Jordan and I hate, which is he always glances over behind us in the FBI studios, and like he's always looking at something, and and I was noticing it heaps, but I guess it's fair enough.
On the lookout for, much like a meerkat is looking for a lion, he has been popping his head up and down, looking for Yaya, and eventually he found it. The power of goal setting.
Oh my god. I don't know what we're going to talk about.
All right, so you don't have to talk to it. All right, let's move on to
Okay, all right. You didn't even want to refute that, or that's fine. That's fine. Go on.
Bob Catter. Jordan has met the man and stole his hat. Go on, tell
I
us.
didn't even meet him. I just stole his hat. I stole one of the most iconic pieces of clothing on the weekend because I was at a conference. I'm not going to say what it is because Robbie already put it up on Instagram. So the secret's out. I was at a union conference. I was at a union conference telling them how they can bolster their membership with people. That was my purpose for being there. It was a great time. There was a lot of politicians there, huge bigwigs. They, later on, and I'm not going to name names, obviously, but later on in the night, so some of the most powerful men in the country were there, major politicians, huge union bigwigs, all together talking about how they can save the union movement, because membership is down to about 8%. It was, from this generation, at 18%. Our generation has only signed up to about 8% of the workforce, which is terrifying. So they're trying to figure out how to fix that.
If you're not part
They're
of
all
the
having
union,
this
by the way.
serious discussion. No, definitely join up. And I'll be releasing a bunch of videos about that later on because it is actually really sad what has happened to it. But this night was full of laughs. It was great because they were all listening to Akmal. He was performing there.
Oh, right, yeah.
Class act.
Yeah, Fat Pizza, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah. Habib, something
I've seen every episode, but he was not the main
They are
character,
people
and
on
Habib
Pizza.
was not the guy you're not thinking. That's completely wrong.
He plays... Oh, whatever. Go on.
Tightrope.
Yeah, maybe that.
So they were all conversing about this. Akmal comes up, the mood is lightened, and everybody brings out the wine and they get a little boozy. Then they start playing songs that I didn't even know. How the hell would Bob Catter have known about this? Think about this. He is an 80-year-old man that lives in northern Queensland. How the hell has he ever heard the song, "It's a Murder on the Dance Floor"? But you better not kill the groove, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. But as soon as he hears it, so Bob Catter gets up, starts dancing on the dance floor to that, busts out to this. Huge union bigwigs, politicians are all having a dance there. Emily, who is essentially our boss,
So Emily, a friend from the unions, gets up and says what?
she says, that's Bob Catter's hat over there. Come on, let's steal it. And I said, what are you talking about? Let's steal it. That's one of the most iconic pieces of clothing in Australian history. It was. Think about this. Okay. Jebediah Springfield episode of The Simpsons. Robbie, you don't know about this? That's fine. Bart Simpson cuts the head off Jebediah Springfield. That's a town icon. Okay? You know, like it goes when you're in little athletics, right? It goes school, district, zone, state, nationals. So we're talking about like 5 steps up from cutting Jebediah Springfield's head off.
Was he
And
wearing
Emily's
the hat?
just like, yeah, let's just take it. Let's just take it. Take a couple of crazy photographs of it. He'll never know. He'll never know.
Was he wearing it at the time?
No, he wasn't wearing it. He set it down in the corner, hiding it from idiots like us, getting up and stealing his property.
Yeah.
But
That's
they're all
awesome.
busting a move there. Everyone's kind of drunk, so she's right. Perfect opportunity to take it. Really glad that she did it in the end as well, because this was the greatest moment of my life. She gets up, grabs the hat, takes a photo of it and goes, yeah, just take it. Go. And then, so I take a few photos of her for that. Then she puts the hat on me, takes a few more photos, and at that point, Bob Catter turns around and stares straight at us and, like, does that kind of thing of just, like, I know you're doing something. You know when you used to, you probably did this when you worked at Hoyt's or whatever, right? You'd see someone shoplifting shit, and then you just pretend you don't notice it, but you're clearly very disgusted.
Yeah. So what, he looked and then looked away.
So he looked at me wearing his hat and was just like, I'm gonna have to wash that now, you know, and turned back. but was not dancing anymore. That was the saddest part.
Oh, you ruined his
no longer
night.
dancing. He's just standing on the floor going like, just good drink, isn't it?
Well, he probably thought you were like mocking him or something, so it ruined his night.
Well, I was. So.
Yeah, you were.
Good
yeah.
guess, Bob Catter.
Yeah,
nice
very-
to see that at your ripe
very
old age,
acute man.
Alzheimer's isn't really hitting in, is it? No, that's great. So that's a plus for you.
Yeah, what's he doing at a uni conference?
He's a big supporter of them because everyone always... This is another thing that I found out, and Emily was educating me on the matter further, was that everybody from our generation is always making fun of Bob Catter. That guy's a genius, right? It's like Michael Jackson when he was wearing his diamond-studded glove, and then his bodyguard asked him, "Why are you always wearing that? Everyone's making fun of you." And he was saying, "That's exactly the point. That's why you're a bodyguard and I'm a worldwide celebrity, because if I do crazy things like that, then I get millions of dollars of media attention." It's the same thing. Bob Catter is a genius like that. He wears the cowboy hat in Parliament, so it makes it's a classic peacocking technique. You know about this, Robbie, you golden dragon. You know, this is something that gives him millions and millions of dollars of media attention for free.
Yeah.
You know, he goes onto youth networks all the time where they're like, what's with your cowboy hat? Doesn't matter. His name's getting mentioned all the time. He's been in office for years, and he's one of the best parliamentarians because he stuck to his principles. The Nationals started selling out and going down the line with every single change that John Howard wanted to do to rural services, right? Terrible changes to farmers that, devastated a lot of things, like the milk market, for instance, tripled the price of hay, all these kind of things, made a lot of people bankrupt. Bob Catter was one of the only Nationals to say, no, I'm not being a part of the Nationals anymore, became an independent, is so respected in northern Queensland, and everyone's like, oh, he hates gay people, they hate Bob Catter. He's an 80-year-old man from northern Queensland. What did you expect? Did you want him to not be the cowboy in the YMCA little band and be the leather pants police officer? Of course he's going to be like that. Yeah. Look, he's a great guy. He's got like one old-fashioned view and everyone's like, Bob Catter is a monster. I've seen this man cry when you talk about northern New South Wales droughts. When was the last time you cried? In Robbie's instance, 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. And you stole his hat, the guy you admire, and ruined his night.
You did.
And also...
We're cutting all that out.
A lot of editing there.
All right, so now we're going to move on to... Hell in a Cell.
Are we do it again? Really?
We did have it a third time, but let's just not do it because I really can't think we can do it.
I don't know if people care about it a third time.
Yeah,
We finished off with the foot. That was a pretty good finale.
All right, Golden Dragon.
Don't you reckon?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so now, Robbie, Yaya is in the building. This further complicates everything.
I need to beep out all these mentions.
No, you don't. This is fine. That can go in.
What, her name?
Three
we've
of
mentioned Yaya.
Robbie's... for lack of a better word, harem.
His dragon's
Officially
den.
has a den at this point. All eggs in his illustrious nest. Sex nest, if you will.
Yeah. So,
How else do you get eggs without sex? It's for fucking, isn't it?
Yeah. All right. So Robbie has in the last week befriended someone contacted him that's a fan of Friendlyjordies who he just coincidentally... Do you want to tell the story, Robbie?
Yeah, I guess I should probably say it, right. So, just got a message via the Instagram, which is @Friendlyjordies. If you want to follow that, you probably should.
Completely optional. Not the main game really in the Friendlyjordies enterprise, but feel free.
You probably should. I mean, there's some dank maymays.
Yeah. Maymays. Yeah. The master of maymays, Robbie.
Anyway, so sorry, were you going to say something?
I was just going to say, if you like strange mashings of words, such as the
word maymays,
then check out the old Incy Wincy.
Yeah, because that's the kind of quality jokes you're going to get.
Yeah.
No, that was...
Heaps of funsy onesie there.
So undermining, just like Robbie's job.
I know, like, as if you don't want it to do well. This is ridiculous. Why are you trying to undermine your empire?
Oh, it's a shit pit.
Shit pit.
All right.
It's the South Australia of the empire.
Well, it's helping Robbie get ladies, all right? So
All
that's the
right.
main thing.
But in all seriousness, though, actually, yeah, I do really like the Instagram page. It's great.
Thanks.
Go
Filled with
on.
pictures of us on Uluru. How could you not like that? We are essentially in the Friendly Jordies Instagram world. Tom, Robbie, and I are President Hoover, Washington, and Thomas Jefferson and Mount Rushmore. It's great. Friendly Jordies Instagram is fantastic.
All right. Anyway,
It's all right. Go on. Robbie.
thank you. Yeah. Look, got a direct message on Instagram being like, "I'll play 20 questions with you." Okay, that was in response to my story about the date where I played 20 questions near the end, which was an odd thing to do. Turns out this person also played 20 questions on a date, hence they messaged. I said, okay, go. We then played 20 questions. I was then in Brisbane playing some music, and they just her and a group of friends happened to be walking past, and then sort of we just chatted from there, and then I organised to go on a date with this person.
Right.
And stories like that don't make you think that there might be something to Tony Robbins' goal setting
Coincidence.
in an ethereal world.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Anyway.
Okay, yeah, not the right segment.
So, Robbie went on a kind of a semi-date with this girl, but
Yeah. It
he
was
came
like
in
a
and told
hang.
us about it, but he's been feeling really guilty about this because he has also been seeing, if you will, a girl from FBI, the girl that he went on a date with the other week. So Robbie is in a bit of a triangle, I think.
But I'm not sure
A
because
love triangle in the love nest, 3 eggs, can he juggle them? Or will it all turn out to be scrambled?
Yes. So,
God.
so Robbie's going to... So Jordan and I reckon that Robbie is seeing FBI girl.
Okay.
And Robbie doesn't think he is.
not
and
seeing it. There we go, just having a wave there.
So yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really fake wave on everyone's behalf. Huge smiles all round, but she can't hear. That's fine.
Yeah, so this is Robbie's third girl is in the studio right now listening to all of this. Robbie, you shouldn't have been so busy. You've got
Robbie
too
is
many-
rubbing his eye with fear at the moment.
He's
And
almost
fair
crying.
enough.
I think he's crying.
Look, I've been at a couple of lovely outings with FBI girl, but I wouldn't say we're like exclusive. I don't think that's
Yeah. Well, we just want to check because you feel a bit guilty, so we just want to clarify with her whether or not you guys are seeing each other. So what's the time?
What better time to do
What's
this?
the time, Robbie?
The time at the moment is 12:37 a.m. on a Tuesday,
Wednesday
now.
morning. Yeah.
It's Wednesday morning,
Surprise, baby.
and
So she will be fast asleep. She's got work in the morning.
full-time work.
So, Robbie, do you want to call FBI girl?
All right.
No, he doesn't, but he has to because we
And we'll
pay
see
his salary.
if whether or not they are seeing each other.
So I'm asking.
Your firework ring.
Oh. Am I saying she's on?
She's
air?
going to think it's a drunk call
Am
that
I
you're
saying
out
she's
at the
on
club.
air?
No.
No.
Really?
Hi, this is Hannah.
Oh, it's not answered. She didn't answer.
Oh, do you want me to leave a message?
Yes.
Oh God, I've got to do another one then.
That's all right.
No,
We'll just cut this bit out. Robbie, can you just put some hilarious elevator interval music and then we'll go back to the message, should we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Screw it,
all right,
let's just
yeah,
play
no,
firework.
no.
It's done. It's done.
No.
This very shabby put together plot in the last minute is over. Robbie, just play it. Please, for the love of God,
Play us out.
put us out of our misery.
Wait.
God, play that horse sound because that really is what it is. That's what it is at the moment. A horse with a broken leg.
She didn't pick up.
Shoot me.
Also, we're going to be uploading. Robbie actually interviewed the girl he went on a date with in Brisbane, and he's made a little recording of that. So we're going to be putting that up for Patreon only subscribers.
So lots of funsy onesie there as well.
I don't know what we're keeping in or removing right now. This is very
So just hit Katy Perry, take us away.
Okay, and we're going to. Oh,
How did you fuck it up?
Happy 30th episode, everyone. How's it?
It's the 31st.
mate.
It's the 31st.
What the hell?
This is Lib Spill Chaos.
The Chaos Edition is shambles.
Pleasure to meet. Oh, sorry. Goodbye.
Oh.